This is part 3 of this Dark Souls guide for Jake. Thank you very much for joining. We just beat Vort and raised our banner to get lifted to the undead settlement, and we're going to move forward from here. Now, I'm not always going to head back to Firelink Shrine and up my souls or increase my Estus or burn undead bone shards, which we haven't done yet. We'll get to that in this guide. But feel free, if you're ever scared of losing your souls or want to upgrade your stuff, to head back to Firelink and do that. The only thing that I would say not to do is don't use any extra Titanite shards we find to upgrade our battle axe. We're going to be saving those for our great club that we find later. But for the sake of sort of speed and time, I might be just, collecting a bunch of things and then doing some of that housekeeping, as I call it, all at once. So we're going to head down these stairs, and then there's going to be a little opening here on the left. We're not going to head all the way down. And we're going to drop down here. Take a little fall damage, it's all good. I'm going to war cry, because I want to kill these doggos in one hit each. We're going to grab the slurring skull. Also, just so you know, for these guides, I'm not going to be showing every enemy in every area and every item that you can find in every secret. This is just a guide to how to sort of go through and make this build and get through the main game. If you want to explore other things, feel free. And if you want to find other items and, maybe look up other guides, it's totally cool. That's not what the purpose of this guide is. So, oh, I didn't kill him. Okay. But anyway, we were going to... I got a little ahead of myself, didn't explain. We're going to hug that wall. This gate automatically opens, and as you just saw, dogs run out. We're going to sprint past the dogs, kill the man behind them, and usually one dog will follow us through, and we'll just whack them. If no one follows you through, you might be able to come and just light this bonfire. You might not be able to rest at it, though. But as long as you light it, you'll still have access to start here. I'm going to rest at it just to get my health and everything up. I'm going to remove the gold pine resin so I don't accidentally use it. That's that hopback I was talking about. That can sometimes happen to us, and that guy's not going to be a problem. So, I'm going to war cry again. Out of this doorway, there's going to be two village people, as I call them. And something that's helpful to know about these village people is I'll demonstrate another guy. If you roll into them, it stops their attack animation. These are the only characters in the game that it happens for, but it can be very helpful when dealing with some of the mobs. We're going to whack this body down. We're going to take the small leather shield. The small leather shield, I'll just equip it now. There's no point in we're not using this round shield. It's helpful because when it parries, if you notice, that's this different animation than the round shield. And what this does is it gives us extra frames to a larger frame window for us to accomplish doing our parrying easier. Your timing doesn't have to be as exact. I'm going to come over here, get this charcoal pine bundle. This guy's going to hop down, and we're going to turn around and whack him. The parrying strategy is going to be helpful for pretty critical for one boss. In the here, just roll into this guy. See how it stuns him? Stops his attack. It's really helpful. The item on this body is for a quest line we're not doing, so don't worry about it. When I roll, I try and roll onto this little ledge, but if you miss it, no big deal. You just take a little more fall damage. But yeah, this definitely helps for a couple boss fights. One we will not be doing in this run through, but one is one you have to kill. And if you can parry his first attack, it really helps. Again, I just recently have gotten consistent at it. So if you want to go the parry strategy, don't worry about it. If you want to try it, go for it. We'll get to that later. Anyway, on that burning tree, there's another Estus shard that we want, and then that item just behind it is an ember. We're not fighting all these dudes. You can throw firebombs and blow that up, but that lady is a pain in the butt. We don't care about it. We're ignoring all this. We're going to sprint past her on the right side, grab the Estus shard, run around the left side of the tree. There's going to be one of these village people. We're going to roll into him to stun him. Go past, grab the ember, drop down a ledge. and then run up some stairs, kill a dude, grab a Titanite shard, and then turn around to see who's chasing us, and then kill them as needed. And if you don't remember all that, just watch what I do, and then follow. So run up, she's going to start waking up, grab the Estus shard, roll as needed, roll off here, ignore all these guys, run up here, kill the village person, grab a Titanite shard, turn around and see who's chasing us. I'm gonna do a war cry while I have time so I can kill these guys in one hit. They hit you, it's no big deal. Roll into him to stun him. Oh, didn't kill you, huh? Alright, cool. Now that everyone who followed us is dead. That was a lot more than usual, but that's fine. I'm gonna ignore them. I'm gonna go over here to the right. Open this door. We're gonna whack this body down. Grab that soul. Head back up here. Make sure no one's coming in the door. And then, if you see these little caged dead people, that one, just on the other side of this item, is off-colored. They come to life and they whack at you. Gonna hug this one on the left side till we can pillage the remains. Grab the charcoal pine resin, then back away. Then we're gonna drop down this hole. Get the soup, because it's a free heal, don't have to use one of our flasks. And then if you want to join the Warrior Sunlight Covenant, there it is. Opening this door. And then, see all the off-colored caged dudes, we're going to ignore them. Down from a hole in the ceiling, there's going to be two little hatchet guys that follow us. We're going to sprint away from them. And then there's a red-eyed assassin rogue dude at the end with some like hook attacky things. We're going to roll into him to stun him and then keep running past. We're going to make a hard right. Roll through boxes and some crates down an alleyway. Don't roll too far to roll off the ledge. And just sort of, I guess, watch me do this part and then do it for yourself. It's kind of non-stop. If you stop, you're going to get hit. So here we go. Sprint down the hall. Those guys just drop down behind us. Run past. And then make a hard right. Roll past this shit. Don't go off the ledge. Run forward here. We're going to grab this item. We're going to keep going forward. We're going to walk off this ledge. Come down here, get the Titanite shard. And then we are going to run underneath this bridge, because there's one of those big ladies up there. Let the man with the hammer charge us, roll into him, then attack. Then we're going to go over here to the right. We don't need to deal with this big lady. And then we're going to roll here. Light this bonfire. Rest at it, reset everything. Alright. Now, this part, if you haven't died, and you are sort of, if you have your ember going on the top left, you're going to get invaded by this guy up here. Now, this guy walking away from us might see us fighting, so what we are going to do is we're just going to run back towards the bonfire and draw the invader in. If you've died and you don't have your ember, then you're not going to fight this dude. Feel free to skip ahead until I'm done with this fight. But this dude can kind of be a pain in the butt to kill. And really what we want to avoid is that other enemy coming in. Oh, that was dumb. Gave me the backstab animation, but didn't backstab. He's got an Estus. Oh, I hope he didn't see me. Okay. Okay, he used his second Estus. That's the last of it. Okay, he is dead. And once we kill the invader, he doesn't come back. So, go ahead and rest at the bonfire. I'm going to do it just to reset the position of that other guy. Feel free to spend some souls if you need to here. By the way, this next section, this part 3, this is a lot of collecting things, and not a lot of boss fights in action. So this part would be a little tedious. So we're gonna actually not continue forward down that path anymore. We're gonna do something else first. But I just want to show you this guy and killing him, because sometimes he drops a weapon. It's a great machete. It's a pretty rare drop. You can try and farm it if you want. I'm not going to waste my time. I'm going to use a big old stick. But if you kill him and he drops the great machete, that instead of the club, and just everything I do to the club, do it to the great machete instead. It's a good weapon. It's guide because I'm not going to sit and grind and try and get it. Anyway, let's get this bonfire. We're going to go that way eventually. First, we need to make friends. So we're going to go back to the undead settlement and go a different pathway. Now, if this was not a guide and just me playing, I would head through that direction because it's faster, but it's more dangerous if we don't do what we're about to do. Basically, there is a giant that shoots these big, great arrow bolt things. And if you don't make friends with him, they hit you and they hurt you, and it's a pain in the butt. And it can knock you off of ledges. And so we're gonna happen. So yeah, you've done this part already. Okay. And now, so we roll off here. Instead of going over that way like we did, we're going to be going across this bridge. So come down here to the right. We got two guys coming out here. The guy in the back's going to throw fire bombs. So we're going to... Oh, he's not. Usually he does. So yeah, roll into him. Attack was need to, and then we're going to come in into the right. There's going to be a dude sitting, and there's going to be another dude sitting. Roll into him. So try, because in this next room down here, so he drops down from the ceiling. And we're just not going to give him a second to breathe and try and attack us. Be aggressive. Open this door. And then sometimes there's a dude who falls down here. That's just an item. A shield that we don't need or care about. It's not worth anything. We go over here, and we're going to roll off to the right. And if he's underneath you, do a punching attack. If he's not, well, just kill him after you hit the ground. There's dudes up there who throw fire bombs, and those barrels explode. So we wanted to roll down here before they exploded on us. Now we get that Titanite shard. And we're going to come under here. Rest of the bonfire. Alright. Come out here. Come up these stairs. We don't need to... If you go up there, you can kill those dudes throwing fire. I'll just kill them, because we're going to collect some stuff. So, you can come up here. And there's no item that we need. We can hop down on this roof, but I want to go back the way we came. There's this guy, and I want to get a free shot in his back before he turns around. And all that, you get souls right there. And then you can hop back down if you need to go back to the bonfire. You can't go back this way. I don't need to go back. So, we're going to head down these stairs, and we go to the right to where this ledge is. Now, there's like a whole patrol. There's like 2 dogs, like 3 of those villager guys, and a big lady that we don't like. You can see the top of her mace sort of all the way there in the distance. Going up those stairs. Now you can see her. They all come across this bridge. So we wait for them to cross. We drop down here. Then we're going to do is we're going to... Oh, well, this guy came at us. So good. Okay. So what's going to happen is we're going to run across the bridge. That's an ember. I'm going to grab it. You don't have to. You don't necessarily need it, but I want it. That guy's going to run at us. That guy's going to run and throw a pot at us. And the guy behind us is going to run and throw that pot at us. And so we're going to sprint across. And we're going to time our rolls to dodge everything. We get across the bridge and dodge the pot. The first one, we're going to run to the right, dodge the second pot. As we're heading up those stairs, and we're going to grab the item. That's going to bait the two big dudes. We don't really care about the villager. They're going to run up those stairs after us, and they're going to roll off that ledge and continue on our way in that direction. They might follow us, they might not. If they follow us, we'll deal with it. If not, we'll just proceed on. But this part's a pain in the butt. Don't worry about if you get hit by the pots, just roll. Having more endurance is probably pretty helpful at this point. So you can keep rolling more. Just what you don't want to get is a pot that knocks you off into the ravine because it's a far enough drop for you to die. But anyway, here we go. So we grab this, run past this guy. Oh, he roll, roll, roll. I did an extra couple rolls in there. It's fine. Run up, grab this. They're chasing. Bait them up the stairs as they do their attack. Run off here. And run. And they are chasing me. Let's run. We're going to open this door. Turn and look. Okay, we got one guy following us. At least it's not two. If it's both, it kind of sucks. To the back here. A dude comes up the elevator. He's a good guy. Don't hit him. Okay. And they did not end up following us all the way in. So we're good. If they follow you in, just, do what you gotta do to fight and try and kill him in here. Hello. Don't attack him. Is that the claymore? Use a claymore. Okay, we're gonna head down this elevator. We're going to unlock the next bonfire, then we're gonna backtrack a little bit. So we're gonna run down here. We're gonna grab an ember, and there's gonna be a big giant dude. We're gonna roll past him and run to the door and open it. So grab the ember, he's going to charge at us, up the stairs, roll past. And then sprint to the door and open it. He can't hurt you when you're in this animation. And then just spam B to roll out the door, light the bonfire, and we're going to rest at it and reset. And now we're going to kill that dude. Because he sucks. So we're going to do our war cry. What we're going to do is we're going to sprint at him, we're going to whack him once, and we're going to roll out the door. Let him chase us. And roll out the door. He can't leave. Shows us his butt. We're going to sprint, hit him in the butt, roll out the door. Give me that butt. Give me that butt. There we go. Roll out the door. We don't have to kill him. This guy is an ass. That straight sword we're going to sell later. It's worth 500 souls. Not a big deal, but we don't need it for what we're doing. And so we're going to backtrack back to the elevator. Head up it. And then we're going to just trigger the elevator, but run off, send it back down. If you notice, our onion friend is gone. Alright, and we're going to take this elevator up. And they're going to notice that we pass a little ledge there and be getting off on that on the way back down. But first, we are going to grab those souls, then head up these stairs, and we're going to talk to this giant. Don't attack him. Talk to him. Make peace. Gives you this young white branch. Keep this in your inventory. That's how he identifies you as a homie. And he won't shoot us and hurt us anymore. So now, make sure we're facing this way. Come down the stairs and head straight on the elevator. And you'll be facing the ledge. Roll off. And our friend is back. You can kick him off the ledge, but it's kind of funny. But it doesn't matter. Alright. And now we see a big old demon man, which we are going to go kill. Oh. Spam A to just get through his dialogue, because it's really annoying. And the demon doesn't always trigger that quick with his feet. And just see when he's doing attacks on you. And roll under them, roll through them. But yeah, stand under his feet and whack him. And he'll go down pretty quick. It's just a homeward bone right there. And then we can talk to this man if you want to. Because we killed a demon together, give us a freaking beer. You know, for a hard day's work. And then if we keep talking to him, he'll teach us how to toast if we want. And then, if you keep talking to him, homie just passes out. So you drank too much. So now, if you want, there's a medium-sized stick over here. That's pretty good. We're going to be using the biggest stick. But if you decide that you like the large club better than the great club, feel free. That's just the armor set we're currently wearing, and that's a item for a covenant we're not doing. So you should still have some fire bombs in your inventory. That item doesn't matter, we're ignoring it. It's just like resistance to fire damage for a little bit or something. Something like that. You'll see the off-colored cage dudes. We're going to throw one of these fire bombs and then whack them with the axe. Same for this one. We're going to get these alluring skulls. What'd you drop for me? Now, we're going to equip the not fading skulls, alluring skulls here. And you can use them for, there's two dogs that are to come running down these stairs. You can throw an alluring skull against this wall. For whatever reason, they don't seem to go for it too much. You help me out. So I just sort of run out here and just deal with them the normal way. I don't know why that, usually they both come down. I don't know why this dude. Okay, he's frozen. That's weird. If we open the chest, which we are going to do, all these guys come down from the ceiling. So we are just going to open the chest and then roll to the right and sort of evade them. So open the chest, grab the item, and find our little escape route. Now, this alluring skull, we're going to throw to the right side of the two big ladies we don't like. That's good enough. And we're going to just run past them. And they're going to go, when they're triggered, go for the skulls. And that way we don't have to deal with them, because they can be a pain in the ass. This we're not using for this build, but I just grab it anyway. I don't know why. It's when you have a low equipment load, you do more damage, which we're using big, heavy weapons, so that doesn't make sense. But you come around here, roll down onto this platform, grab the alluring skulls. Now, this next part, it's easy to die. We want to jump onto that platform, so just sprint, and like a good thing is just sprint and jump that column in the wall, and you're going to land on the platform, and then just walk down here, and that gives us a Chloranthy ring, which is what we want, and that boosts our stamina recovery speed. And now from this point, we can just use a homeward bone, but I just kind of want to show you how this is interconnected with where we are, where we've been. Get this ember, and then that's that sort of patrol I told you about, that bridge where we did all the rolling. We head up here, and you'll recognize these stairs. That's where the guys throw the fire bombs. We killed this guy earlier. Grab those souls. That was rude. Just gonna drop off here. Rest of the bonfire. And then we're going to go back to Dilapidated Bridge, where we didn't proceed earlier because we wanted to make peace with our giant friend. Now we've made peace with them, and there is a very important item we need to get, which is the Undead Bone Shard. Once we have that, we'll head back to Firelink Shrine. Burning the Undead Bone Shard at the bonfire at Firelink Shrine, it increases how much health you heal when you use your Estus Flask. And then it also, if you're doing a magic build, it also increases how much magic you restore when you use the Ashen Estus Flask. We're not using it, so I'm going to kill this guy just so he doesn't follow me. Gives me a second chance to see if he drops a Great Machete. I doubt he's going to. Nope, didn't drop anything. Okay. Well, now we're going to head forward. And there's these dudes. We're just going to run and roll past. That is our giant friend shooting those arrows for us. We're going to head up that little ramp, backtrack, grab these Mortician's Ashes. Those you give to the shopkeeper, and it is upper inventory. We don't really need to buy anything from her, but I like getting it. We're going to collect all these items from the tree. Hey! Just roll away from him, and those things will not hurt you. So no need to worry about it. But yeah, we can just collect all the items, take our time. We don't need to use the Reinforced Club. We do need to make this jump across this gap here. It's not very difficult, but if the giant was shooting arrows and they were knocking into us, and they can knock you off into the ravine, and it's a pain in the butt. So anyway, that is the Undead Bone Shard, and now this jump's easier because we have the elevation. Jump back off. At this point, we can just bonfire or homeward bone back to the shrine bonfire. But oh, that's just rubbish. Okay, don't need to grab that. I want to show you how it's interconnected. This little guy's going to come out from the door. We'll just roll into him and run past. Red Eyes Man, we ignore. And we sprint up here. To the left is a boss arena of an optional boss that we don't need to kill. We'll kill him later. Killing him gives you an item that allows you to turn boss souls into items and weapons and stuff. The only one we might do is Hobble's Ring, but we don't really need to. But it would save us from having to up our vitality stat. Anyway, we don't need to fight that tree right now. We'll just don't do it right now. He's kind of a pain in the butt. And we can fight him later. So anyway, I just want to show you, if you open these doors, this is where we just came from with the Chloranthy Ring. We can run back up the fire, and that's how that Dilapidated Bridge and this bonfire are connected. There's another way to connect them, but we don't need to go through there. So anyway, we're going to warp back to the shrine bonfire, do some housekeeping, because we got some Estus Flash shards. We can level up a bunch. We got to burn our Undead Bone Shard. And yeah, we're about halfway done with our collecting and running around and whatnot. We still have a little bit more to go. So first things first, we're not reinforcing or infusing anything. We're just reinforcing our Estus Flask. Okay. There we go. Just had the one shard. I'm going to come to this lady. I'm going to grab the Mortician's Ashes. It opens up inventory options. I don't know if it opens up anything we need. Oh, it opens up an extra set of 3 more embers, which if you run out, you can buy. And then we get some charcoal bundles. If you use the ones we collected and run out, we can buy more. That's helpful. But for now, I'm just going to sell all the souls, including the Vort thing. We don't need what he's offering. You can sell the beer for 1,000. Why not? The whole reason why we got this Ring of Sacrifice was to sell it. And I mean, oh, that's 500. You don't have to sell everything off right now. You can wait and see how close you are to the next level. So in case you die, you know, you're not wasting souls. So I'm just going to keep going up with the strength until I get to 28. I hit 28 for the club, and then I'm going to get my health and my endurance up 1. I'm 1,500 souls away from one more level. I don't think I have enough stuff I'm willing to part with to get me to 1,500. So let's see. That's 150. It's 250. 400. 900. 1,100. Still 400 short. Yeah, and I don't want to sell any embers. There's one thing when you're in your embered state, you have a bit more health than when you're not. So for some bosses that are giving you trouble, it's nice to have, if you die, to use one of those embers to restore your embered state, so you have a little bit more health going into the boss fight. So before we head back, we're going to burn our Undead Bone Shard. So now we have our Estus Flask +1. And now we're going to travel, and the reason we went forward to the Road of Sacrifices is now we can just warp there. Don't have to run through that area again. Alright. For this next area, most of these don't have to kill. You can just run past this guy, but I don't like his face. And they like transform a little bit, and you can get them with 3 whacks before they finish the transformation. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna grab these souls down here. We're gonna ignore these 2 guys down here and sprint towards this dude with the staff with the testicles on it. Hit him 3 times, and then run past. Drop off this ledge. Now we're going to go up this ramp to the left here. Go across this bridge. Ignore the sleeping one, and run up and whack the one standing behind him. Okay. Our war cry ran out, so I didn't know if 3 hits was going to kill him. So, and now we can, if we want, take out the sleeping one. And now all we're going to do is sprint across the bridge, past all these guys, and just keep sprinting. Keep sprinting straight, and you'll see a bonfire, and we're just going to go light it. Just run past them all. No need to fight everybody. Those are, those aren't our enemies. They don't attack us. And I recommend not hitting them. They will both fight you. They're a team, and they can kill. All right. So now this next area, this has a lot of stuff that we need. And there's a lot of enemies, and it could be a bit treacherous. So we're gonna come down here. Instead of going down that ramp, we're gonna come over here. And we're going to ignore these enemies, aggro them. The little crawly crabs aren't really a big deal. And we're going to hug this left side to not trigger all of these dudes. And what we're going to try and do is just get that dog to come after us. There we go. Okay, and then we triggered just this one guy. That's fine. Okay, he's not running after us, so we're going to run up and whack these dudes, grab the Titanite shard. These guys can just be sort of a pain. So, I'm going to walk up behind him, get the first one, roll behind. Oop. I was trying to roll behind him. There we go. they can get you sort of stuck in a chain of whatever. But just roll, fight them, do what you gotta do. We're gonna hug this left wall, grab the Titanite shard. Then we're going to run over here, drop off this ledge into the middle of all these little crab dudes. Grab the Titanite shard, roll back out, hug this left side, and then make a go. We're going to sprint and attack him. That dog just went flying off the screen. Okay, we got a dude chasing us. Roll behind him. Do what you gotta do. Light this bonfire. Rest on it if you need to. I'm not going to, because we're doing fine on health. And I don't want to reset the dudes I already killed. These guys, we're just going to sneak up behind them. Do not click the summon sign. That's the guy we killed earlier. And we don't need to deal with that. So ignore it. And then we're going to whack this guy. And we're going to whack this guy. Drop down here. Estus shard. I'm going to walk up here. Two of these dudes with the like crucifix on their back, cross thing on their back. We're going to ignore the one on the far left wall. We're going to start. We are going to whack this guy here. Roll away if you need to. Oh, he gave us a Titanite shard. How kind of him. Grab that soul. Still not going to rest because I don't want to reset everything. Okay. So I'm just trying to think of the most efficient route. So we need to get a grass crest shield. We can pick up the Fallen Knight armor set for fun, but that's optional. We need to kill the guy for the Great Club, and we need to get the Faring Coal. Those are the items we still need to get in the swamp. So we're going to roll off here, go around this tree. There's the grass crest shield right there, and then we're going to sprint across here. Get onto dry land, the crab won't follow us. Come over here and grab this, that's the Fallen Knight armor. Okay. If you are in embered form, you're going to get invaded by the whatever's Heisel, Yellowfinger, whatever his name is. You can wait here. Eventually he's going to appear from this direction. He's a pain in the butt. He has magic stuff he shoots at us. But we're just going to do our best to kill him. And we don't want to head any closer to the stairs, because if you see that gentleman there, he is holding the Great Club that we need to kill him. And there's another guy with a big old sword that's behind him up the stairs. We don't want to trigger them and be fighting. Here's Yellowfinger Heisel. We don't want to be fighting Yellowfinger Heisel and the club guy, and possibly even the sword guy at the same time. So you can use the tree to not get hit by his spells and whatnot. Eventually we need to get all up in his business. If he whacks you, don't worry about it, back up. Ow. It's really annoying. Come on. It's gonna top off. That was stupid. Okay. I'm not doing very well in this fight. Usually I do better. But it's gonna stay down there. Fine, I'll plunging attack you. Oh, it didn't plunge. Alright, that's fine. That's fair. I am doing so poorly. Usually I can just get up in its business and whack him. Like so. It's gonna run away and try and heal. There we go. Finally. It'll give us some Estus back, which is nice. Oh, that was a pain in the butt. It shouldn't have been that hard. Okay. Come around here, grab that. We're going to equip those throwing knives. And what we're going to do is we're going to come at this angle here. We don't want to trigger that guy below, so we're going to walk up slowly just to where you can barely lock on. Hit him with a throwing knife. And then we're going to get him following us over this direction. Wait for him to open himself up. Attack him. Then once you do enough damage to him, he's going to try and roll away and start healing like a... Oh. Uh-oh. I thought he was going to start trying to heal. Oh, that didn't do too much damage, so that's fine. Alright, but he parried us. But now we have the Great Club. So we have 2 more things we need to get. We need to get the Faring Coal. Ooh, just roll past this dude. That's just a homeward bone. We don't need it. Grab this ladder, slide down. A lot of times he'll do what I just fall off and kill himself. He drops the Exile Greatsword. It's another pretty good weapon. We're not going to be using it. Light that bonfire. Rest at it if you need to. I'm not going to. Because after the next item we get, we're going to be using the Homeward Bone. I just want to get this bonfire so we don't have to run through. Again, I just wanted to get it while I was here. Alright, so we have to run back across. Just keep sprinting and the crab will not get you. Don't worry about this item. Not important, doesn't matter. What we are going to equip is the Grass Crest Shield. So what that does is it does the same thing. We're going to run around here. I don't want to trigger the Crossman. Oh, we triggered him. Okay. Oh, don't lock onto that. You see, he does a bunch of attacks, and you think when he's done, there's always one more. Okay, so now I'm just gonna... Oop. No, I'm not. I was gonna be proactive and kill the Crossman, but there's a crab right there. So we're gonna sprint past. There's a Crossman just on the other side of this tree. Okay, crab's going away. We're gonna go behind him and just kill him. 1, 2, 3, 4... Ooh, that crab man really trying to kill me here. As long as you can hit him, you can sort of stagger him. But we're going to hug this wall to the right, and then we're going to hug the wall to the right. There's a Black Knight down there, and we don't want to trigger him. So we're going to run up. That doesn't matter. That's just like Sellsword armor. That's Sellsword Twin Blades or vice versa, whatever. It doesn't matter. We're not doing that build. We grab this Faring Coal, and then instead of trying to sneak past the Black Knight, we're just going to warp back to the Shrine Bonfire. Alright, we are almost done with our collecting stuff and our build setup. We have to get about 2/3 of the way through the next swamp area, and then our build's going to be pretty much set up for the rest of the game. So we're going to come here. Going to give them the coal. We haven't yet. That's coming up. Going to reinforce. We just have the one, right? Yep. Okay. And then we're going to start reinforcing this club. All right. And then boop, 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 boop. Like right now we're doing 188 damage. Look at that. We're doing 284 now. We're doing an extra 100 damage with this. Now, if you notice our equipment ratio, because of how heavy this club is, we're at 79%. We're just going to take off our helmet for now, and we're at 69.8. And we don't miss our helmet. I don't want that. And then I'm just going to go through. I don't like looking at his stupid hat. It upsets me. And then, I mean, you can sell. We're not using anything else. I'm going to keep the axe just in case, like, for whatever reason, the Great Club in a certain situation, because it's big, you can hit a lot of walls and stuff. So if there's tight quarters, I'll hold on to that for a while, but we shouldn't need it. I'll sell that too. We're not using it. So now we're going to go over here. I'm going to level up. I'm going to get my health up to 20. Do my endurance up to 16. Get a little more stamina. And then we're going to be collecting a few more Titanite shards. We're going to be collecting some large Titanite shards. Yeah, okay. You can always just check. And we're going to warp back to Farron Keep. That is that bonfire at the bottom of the ladder that we got. We're going to be getting a heavy gem. And then that's going to set up our build. So then we're just going to be focusing on stats. I'll show you how to get Hovel's ring. It'll be your choice between 25,000 souls or this ring. The reason I say 25,000 souls is because we have to use a soul that's worth 20,000 to make the ring, and it costs 5,000 to make it. So it's a net of 25,000 souls. But then we can wear our helmet if that's something that matters to you. But either way, it's not a big deal. So there's plenty of Titanite shards in the swamp. I'll just show you 2 easy ones to get. We just need 2. Run off this way, then we run back. Don't worry if you get poisoned. It'll tick your life away slowly, but not that bad. We're going to keep heading on these platforms. We're going to run over here. This is an Estus flask shard, or just Estus shard. Why did I think the word flask was in there? And we're going to get this other Titanite shard. And then we're going to head up these stairs. Now head up slowly, because there's 2 enemies. We're going to let the one with the spear and the shield kind of walk away. Then this dude's going to sit up and run at us, and we're going to whack him with our club. Easy peasy. Now this dude does 4 spear attacks on us. 1. Oh, okay. Well, usually he does like an attack of 4. Don't worry. Just block it with the shield. Also, when you attack with the club, it gives you a little bit of poise. So sometimes when you get hit by an enemy, it won't stagger you. We're going to go flame, and we're going to extinguish it. There's 3 of these flames throughout this swamp that we have to extinguish to open the door to the next area. We're going to do that as we're collecting items on the way. So I'll kind of show you where those all are. Don't stray too far to the right, or we're going to wake that guy up, but we do want to come up here and grab this rotten pine resin. And again, we're two-handing the club. Alright, now as we run down this ramp, we're going to be going left, but we don't want to trigger that enemy. He's kind of painful, so we're going to go right around this tree. Extra Titanite shard, for whatever reason you missed some. And then we're going to run straight back to this wall, hug it, and then cut left. Oh, that's a different guy. We didn't trigger that enemy. That's fine. If you trigger a little small guy, this is fine. We'll just keep whacking till you hit him. That's another Titanite shard. I'm not going to grab it, because you get closer to that guy, you might trigger him. But if you missed a Titanite shard along the way, just... Nah, fuck it. I'll just show you. Just come around this way, walk slowly, grab it, come back. Alright. You don't need to get it, though, if you've gotten all the ones I've gotten so far. Now we're going to run up this ramp, and to the right there's going to be an enemy. Just whack him. He goes down. Get the purple moss clump if you want. And then here we are. Second flame. Extinguish it. And then we're going to see these 3 enemies on this bridge. Just run past them, light the bonfire, and rest at it. You might need to do a little weaving in and out, and so maybe some rolling if they get actually closer with their attacks. Sometimes that bigger one will do like a poison mist thing, make it kind of hard to see, but they don't follow you into this room, so just light the bonfire, face the other way, and they don't see you. Alright, now let's get to collecting some stuff. I'm going to run here, see an item in that little tower thing to the right. We're going to be getting that. So we're going to run over here, let the slug guy fall. And if you have any extra fire bombs, feel free to use them here. Otherwise, just, you know, do like some hit and run tactics with your club. I like to, you know, if I have extra fire bombs, use them just to kind of clear some room in here. There's a lot of these guys. We killed 3 and almost 4 of them before we came in here, and there's like 5 more dudes. They can all attack you and stun lock you and kill you, and it's annoying. But undead bone shard, we're a big fan of that. Alright, so we're going to leave from the tower just to get your bearings. Those are 3 torches. Every time we extinguish one of those flames, lights a torch. We lit 2. We have 1 more to go. Then that door will open. But anyway, then we come around to the right. We see this pathway over here. We'll be doing that in a second. Go more to the right till you see this ladder. We're going to head over to it. You can throw, or you can kind of run around over here. You'll notice in this like deeper swamp, it'll slow you down. We're going to need to use a trick with the dagger that we bought to go down that pathway later. But anyway, kill these guys, climb up the ladder. We're going to head around to the right. The crystal lizard up here has a twinkling titanite. If you're doing a build that needs it, we're not. We're ignoring him. You can just head straight in. This is optional. But if you get these Dream Chaser's ashes and give it to the shopkeeper lady, she will start carrying titanite shards. So you can just buy them from her for, I think, 800 souls apiece. If you're short and just need to buy some for whatever reason. You don't like the club and you want to do a different weapon, but you invested too many into the club. Anyway, we're going to head up the elevator after we light the bonfire. Rest at it if you need to. Head up these stairs to the right. And there's a big old demon guy that way. We're going to come back and kill him in a minute. It's his soul we need to make Cobble's Ring. But for now, we're going to make a right turn. And that gate is closed. But this ledge is broken. So we're going to go walk off this ledge. And be careful not to fall. We're going to run along here. And over here is some more things we need to collect. So those crystal lizards, there's one there, there's one further back. Each has a large titanite shard. We need both of them. They run away from you, and kind of like you can sort of steer them. So like this lizard, if we just run straight at him, he's going to run straight back, which is going to trigger the back. And there's a timer you have to kill them. And we want to get both. So we're going to run at the crystal lizard and then run kind of on the left side of him and drive him to the right into this wall. So that way he doesn't run so far back. He didn't get running, but yeah, if you run to the left side, he'll scoot into this wall. And he didn't trigger that next lizard. Now we're going to run past. We'll get these items later. Just sprint straight at this lizard. No tricks. Just whack him. There's our second large titanite shard. I'm just going to show you that's a lightning spear because we're not doing a faith build. But if you are, that's a good attack you can do. And there's a Dragon Crest shield. We can just sell that for like 500 souls. Now there's another Crystal Lizard up there. That has our heavy gem that we want. There's some enemies. We're just going to ignore them, kill the Crystal Lizard. Other enemies do not matter. Come on. Okay. And now if there's dudes running at us, kill them, do what you gotta do. Run up here. If they're chasing you, just run off this ledge. Not all the way to the ground, you know, hit these little platforms. Alright, and there we go. Now, if you want to head back and upgrade your club before you fight this guy, he could be a pain in the butt. Top off, he does a lot of damage. We want to stay under his legs. He is a modified version of the Asylum Demon and Stray Demon that we killed in Dark Souls 1. And we're going to run right at him. He does have a boulder breath attack thing that can suck. That's it. That he might hit you with, but that's fine. Just roll under his legs. I'm going to heal just to top off. And he does, I was going to say, a tail attack. So you're not completely safe behind him. The worst attack is a grab. But just make sure you stay in between his legs and roll when you need to. Jumps. Oh, good. We stunned him. Screw him. There we go. The club does a good damage to enemies that have like high armor and stuff. So I don't know if it does extra to him because he's not wearing like metal armor. But I don't know because he's like a rocky kind of dude. But anyway. So we've collected everything we need to collect. So now at this point you can head back, but just using Homeward Bone, I'm going to save some of mine. If you do head back, just go back to, I'll show you at this next bonfire, where you need to warp to. Warp back to Keep Ruins. And I'll just warp to it so we can all be aligned. Because we have one more thing to do, and that's to light the last flame. And we're going to use a trick with the dagger. To help us get through the swamp a little bit easier. Then we'll head back to Firelink Shrine, generating our club. For now, just equip the dagger, and we're going to two-hand the dagger. And the reason is because if you look at the dagger skill, it says a quick step, instantly step behind or around the side of foes, especially effective when locked onto a target. We are not going to be quick stepping behind any foes, but we will be quick stepping through the swamp. So I'll give a little demonstration here. You can stay on that island, but see how slow we get in the deep stuff. But if you use the dagger in both hands and then you hit left trigger to do the quick step, it pulls you through here much faster. That item's just 2 Titanite shards. I'm not going to grab them because I just want to get past this big giant guy quickly. If you notice, this consumes our magic meter. Even when your magic is out, you can still quick step, so don't worry about burning through it. That big dude might see you and chase you. If that happens, extinguish the flame, and then try and get some space and separation, and then we're going to homeward bone out. So usually you can get back, you can roll back here, grab these homeward bones, but then like get to this corner, or even can you jump off? Let's find out. No. Okay, but yeah, usually if you just get to this corner, and then just go back to the shrine bonfire if that guy's chasing you. It's enough space. If not, he might follow you back this way. Roll, go back down the ramp, just get some separation, and just warp back. And if he's not chasing you, like what just happened to me, then you just have time. But we're warping back no matter what. All right. And before you go spending any souls, I have an invisible club. Okay, that's cool. All right, it does not exist. Oh, there we go. It loaded. So we're going to, well, first I'm going to infuse Great Club, and we're going to do the Heavy Great Club. And if you notice, it drops our base damage down by 11 points, but it boosts our scaling damage by 38, almost 40. So that's a net of 27. So we're gaining 27 damage just by doing this. If you notice at the scaling on the bottom, it goes from scaling as a C to an A. So that's going to be great as we get our strength up. It's going to really start doing a ton of damage. And we gain scaling as we upgrade it as well. So it's going to be, we're going to get better scaling as we just upgrade it even more. So now we're going to upgrade it once with our Titanite shards, and now we have enough large shards with one extra from the crows. Upgrade again. And so now we're doing 335 damage. I'm sorry, 35. We were doing 180 with our axe not that long ago. So almost double, which is fantastic. Now, we give her the Gene Tracer's ashes. Just tell her where you found the ash. It's a side quest line. Don't care about it. Not doing it. So I have no souls. This is your choice. I'm going to make Hobble's Ring, which I need 5,000 souls for, plus giving him this soul. Plus we have to kill another boss. I'm going to sell off this extra stuff I'm not using. And then actually, I'm going to see if I want Hobble's Ring or not. I'm going to put on the Fallen Knight armor. It's a little bit lighter, and it's not that much worse in terms of protection, and it's better, especially for like the magic stuff. Oh, those weigh more, huh? Well. Oh, okay, so it's just the chest piece that weighs more. Alright, well. Well, these gloves are just better. Okay. Well, yeah, then I'm going to make it. But for the next part, it's going to be a bit shorter. We're gonna go kill that tree now, and I'll show you how to make Hobble's Ring, and we're gonna use the souls we get from the tree to make it. But that is all for part 3, the world tour of collecting everything that we needed to collect. So thank you.